so we will start the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District board meeting. And with that, roll call, please.
Manager Schmaltz, Manager Baki,
I am here.
Manager Taves,
I am here.
Manager Schottenmiller, President Anderson.
Present. You may start. Next is the agenda. Are there any changes, additions, subtractions? Nothing? Pardon me?
Nothing from staff.
Okay, good. Is there a motion?
I will make a motion to accept the agenda.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Manager Taves? Thank you. Manager Taves seconds, roll call.
Manager Baki,
Aye.
Manager Taves,
Aye.
President Anderson.
Aye. We may proceed. First item is the consent agenda. January 8th meeting minutes and January 22nd meeting minutes. I just have a couple of things, and rather than talk about them here and take up time, they're minor. Just some wordsmithing on one. I think that's on the 12th. And then I just have a question about the January, excuse me, that was the 8th, the first one. And then the January 12th, just some dates that are in there that I don't recall. So if that's okay with you guys, I will just talk to Emily either tonight when we finish or sometime tomorrow and make those changes. Is that okay? And we'll bring them back for the next meeting, just so that you get a vision of it in total. So let's just table these until the next meeting. That way I can work with Emily and get those corrections made. And then we'll just have those corrections to review at the next meeting. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Is there any objection to doing that?
No
No.
objection.
All right, thank you. Next is the public open forum. Is there anyone here that would like to address the board?
There is no one online.
Okay, you guys have any issues that you want to bring forward that aren't on the agenda?
No.
Okay, thank you. Move on, advisory committee update.
Eden is online.
Okay, Aiden?
Thank you, Madam President, committee members. Attached to the board packet are our meeting notes from the last meeting on Tuesday. We had a couple items of discussion. We received a really excellent update from Matthew on planned activities for the AIS world for the year, and then a brief update on the watercraft inspection plan for the year ahead as well. The committee had some good discussion on that. Thank you to Matthew for being able to make the time to join us. And then we also had a good long discussion on some of the financial positions of the district. Ted Hansen, who I see is here, was part of that excellent discussion. He may be able to add anything that I kind of gloss over. I did pull a couple good quotes from the committee in our discussion, included in the notes. There was, I guess, a sense of general frustration or maybe disappointment with the proposed lending activity would be the comment that I would highlight for the board. And then Mr. Hansen was elected chair for our next meeting, which will be on March 17th.
Yeah, well, sorry about that disappointment, but I don't know if they got a full, the CAC got a full measure of the conversations that we had about why we did what we did. So those minutes aren't part of what we're dealing with today. And so maybe at the next meeting, if there's still folks that want to talk about it, I can be at that meeting and the rationale can be forwarded. Right now, what's here present with us tonight, we've got the complaint side in the CAC minutes, but we do not have the reasons why the board did what we did. And so I think it's important, you were at that meeting though, I think, weren't you, for the full meeting? Okay, so you have a sense for the conversation that went on. And I think it's better to not have things like this rest without the full story. And so at the next CAC meeting, then the minutes for that meeting will have the rationale on why the board did what we did. But it was a thorough discussion, and the rationale was solid on what we did. And it's the best thing for the district. So in a nutshell, that sort of hits the highlights for why we had that concern and why we did what we did. But we'll take care of that. Like I said, I'd like to get that in CAC minutes for the next meeting so that we have a not just this one-sided story. Okay.
Well, thank you for those comments, Madam President. I appreciate that. I'll pass that along. I'll also add that Brad Jernberg was there as well, and he provides some very, very helpful context and information for the committee in our discussion, kind of surrounding the rationale and reasoning. So it was a good discussion. Multiple points of view were represented. I just am pulling out some of the highlights.
Mm-hmm. Yep, thank you. All right, anything else? Aiden, anything else?
Nope, that'll be all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, moving on to new business. A is the 2026 Aquatic Invasive Species Treatment Service Contract.
Madam President, I believe we have Mike Sandigger available to speak to that.
Okay, Mike,
Good
go ahead.
evening, Madam President and members of the board. This board item is to authorize the administrator to execute a service agreement with an applicator for curly leaf pondweed. The total costs of treatment are only expected to exceed the administrator's contracting authority of $20,000 on Forest Lake. We've received quotes from 3 different companies, Lake Management Inc., PLM, and Solitude Lake Management. We have received a little bit of additional information since the memo was sent out. The DNR will be stocking Forest Lake with the same walleye fry again this year. So they will not be allowing any dicot to be used until mid-June. And then we did receive some follow-up information on the application rate for Solitude. Their proposed application rate was 25 parts per million for an acre. So if you look at the acre cost per part per million for each company, LMI is about $1.92. PLM is $2.13, and Solitude is $4.08. So staff would suggest that the board have Administrator Kinney contract with LMI, as they've done successful curly leaf pondweed treatments in the past, and their cost is the lowest parts per million at 9 feet of depth.
And LMI is Lake Management, or the one from Scandia area? Is that correct?
Marine, I believe.
Okay, or Marine. Okay.
Yep.
All right,
What was the price on LMI?
So their quoted price was $481 per acre at an application rate of 250 parts per million. So for each part per million, it's about $1.92.
Okay. Thank you.
okay, there's a motion on the screen. Unless you have other questions?
I will move to authorize administrator and the vice council to enter into contract with LMI for treatment of curly leaf pondweed on Forest Lake in the amount not to exceed $30,000.
I'll second. Any further discussion? Okay, roll call.
Manager Bucky,
Aye.
Manager Taves,
Aye.
Manager Shotmiller,
Bye.
President Anderson.
Aye. Okay, moving on to B, 2026 Chisago County Watercraft Inspection Joint Powers Agreement.
Madam President, we also have Mike Sandiger here to present.
Okay, all right, Mike.
Good evening again, Board of Managers. The Chisago County Watercraft Inspection Joint Agreement is an agreement between the district and the county of, or Chisago County. It allows us to leverage additional grants and also have boat or launch coverage at times we normally would not at lakes in Chisago County. It's been a great partnership that's been going on for a while now. The Chisago did approve the agreement at their February 18th meeting already. So we would recommend that the managers approve the agreement again for this year.
Okay. I will move to approve the 2026 Chisago County Watercraft Inspection Joint Powers Agreement between Chisago County and the Comfort Lake Forest Lake Watershed District for cost sharing of the boat launch inspection program.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Manager Taves. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Manager Bucky,
Aye.
Manager Taves,
Aye.
Manager Shopmiller,
Aye.
President Anderson.
Aye. Passes unanimously, thank you. Next item, operations and maintenance program update.
And President and managers, we have Matt Hendrickson here in person to present to this item.
Blaine is also.
I'm Blaine also. Thank you.
Yeah, I can present the original, the purpose of this agenda item is to present the board the operations and maintenance program updates. Pre-recorded presentation was available on YouTube. And attached, we provided the draft 2025 operations and maintenance year-end summary report, which is available for discussion and approval.
Well, I just have a comment. It's very well put together and succinct, which I like, and really, lets us know what we're doing with the projects that are in that phase. They're working. Our EOR engineers have reviewed this, I'm sure, right? No?
Not this one. This was just a general, or like a lot of our maintenance activities.
Okay, well, it's important to have our engineers involved in any program oversight. You might be doing the work, but we need to always have that oversight of the engineers, the civil engineers, so make sure to do that. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine, but they might see something that you don't, and as a district, we need to make sure. Okay? Any other comments, questions?
Yeah, I just,
President Anderson?
Yes, Manager Baki.
I did watch the YouTube video. Once again, thank you for providing those. It gives us an opportunity to get more in-depth information. I did notice in the report that we need to be aware of the budget impact of maintenance and operations as we move forward, that there will be increased needs as equipment ages and our projects add up as well. So I just like the board to be aware that we need to be fiscally responsible once again as we look at operations and maintenance.
Mhm. Absolutely, that's a line item on the budget, so thank you for that reminder. Anyone else?
yeah, President Anderson.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I found this very helpful. We have so many things out there that I'd kind of lost track of a few of these things. So I'm glad the staff is watching management or maintenance on all these different projects. It's nice to see the updates on it. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, if there's nothing else, the motion is on the screen.
I will move to approve the draft 2025 operations and maintenance year-end summary report.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Yep, roll
Okay.
call.
Manager Baki,
Aye.
Manager Taves,
Aye.
Manager Shopmiller,
Aye.
President Anderson.
Aye. Passes unanimously, thank you. Next item is Minnesota Watersheds Legislative Event.
Madam President and managers, in your board packets, you have an informational memo and an agenda attached for the 2026 Minnesota Watershed Legislative Event, that is scheduled to take place in St. Paul on March 3rd, 2026. The cost for the event is $100 per person. And if we'd like to have managers and staff attend, you could reach out to Tori, get registered, and if you need any hotel accommodations for that.
Is anyone planning to go to
I
this,
believe,
managers or staff?
Mike Kinney is already registered.
Okay.
And so far, that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to go for the first time in 20-some years. I just didn't see anything that was relational to what we're doing. The hard items that we had were taken care of about 4 years ago, all of them. And so the items that are listed here on the document for the legislative efforts, you know, working with the legislature to get these passed. These don't affect us, and we've got good reputation, what's the word? Representation, thank you, there we go. Representation from the folks that are in those areas, mostly in the Twin City area. So I feel that I don't have to go, save some money there. And Mike's going to be there, and so he can bring back all the info, unless one of you folks on the board would like to attend. And if you've got the time, it's
Yeah.
always good to experience these things, but I just didn't feel the need to be there myself, so
President Anderson?
yes.
I would request that we ask staff to set priorities for conferences and workshops for the year so that we have an idea of where we can best spend our money and also identify for managers what are priorities for our attendance at workshops and conferences.
You mean where staff thinks, Mike thinks that a manager needs to be there? Is that what you're talking about?
Absolutely, yes. I think we need to be, rather than just bringing this as an agenda item and making broad approvals, I think we need to target where we're going to spend our money in these categories for conferences and training.
Yeah, well, and that's what we're doing here now with this one as a board, deciding whether or not we need to send board a representation. Mike is going to be there, so we will have
I
someone.
understand that. I understand that, but what I'm asking for the year, what are the conferences and workshops that are coming up that staff would like to attend, that's a priority for them? And also what Mike would suggest that we need to attend as managers. Therefore, we have a plan in place for the year, rather than just bringing these up at each meeting.
Yeah, I get you. No.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. Yeah, and I think it's easy to get the agenda from Minnesota Watersheds for the year on what other conferences they're going to be sponsoring. Okay, so that would be important for the board, for sure. Okay, so what does the board want to do here? Do we want to approve what's in front of us?
I'll make the motion to authorize payment for Mike to attend the Minnesota Watersheds Legislative Event 2026.
Okay, is there anyone from staff that had signed up for this?
No.
No? Okay. All right, then let's just make that change to authorize Mike to attend on behalf of the district. I'll second that motion.
All right, Manager Baki,
Aye.
Manager Taves,
Aye.
Manager Shopmiller,
Aye.
President Anderson.
Aye. Passes unanimously, thank you. Next item is the water management districts under old business.
Yes, Madam President and managers, this topic was last discussed in the February 12th regular board meeting, and Mr. Holtman has provided additional information on the water management districts and attached it in a memo to your board packets. I believe he is online here for discussion.
Yeah, this is just for discussion so that we understand what this is. The statutes allow districts to create these very focused districts. And I think it's probably best that Chuck, you can maybe just do a abbreviated overview. The memo is very thorough. And it's not something, it's something that we want to look at as an avenue. But certainly we're exploring some other things as well. So it's not the only one that's being looked at, it's just the first one. So would you like to just do a overview thumbnail of what this is, so that our guests understand? And then the board can just, stew on this. Basically, this is gonna take, several months to go through these different iterations that legally we can pursue. And it's a revenue stream. We're talking about a revenue stream, different ways that we have not used in the past, that are under the watershed legislation area chapters. And so Chuck, if you can just do a overview of what this is and how some of the other districts might have been using these in the past.
So, Madam Chair and managers, this, as noted, this was something that President Anderson raised at the last meeting as one potential way to program and fund the district's AIS management work. It's a tool with, of course, other applications as well. It's just one of several ways that watershed districts have to collect funds as a matter of policy judgments that you may make where you're trying to align work that you're doing, the benefits that it produces with the folks who are contributing to the cost of it. And as I noted in the memo, it's not something that needs to stand alone. You can fund a program or you can fund a project with contributions from more than one revenue format. And this is one that a number of watershed districts do use, some districts that we work with. And so, well, very briefly, of course, you have the memo. It's just something that is, the water management district is established in the district's watershed plan. So you would amend your plan, which typically is maybe a 3-month process. It's not that laborious. But the notion is that you would have a certain program of work. It could be a specific project. It could be lake specific. It could be something on one of your lakes that involves only riparian properties, but it could be your entire lake sub-watershed. So it's a matter of just defining a specific area where you're going to do a certain project or program of work, and you believe that the benefits of that work be with the folks who
Yeah.
Your staff or engineer will present a charge. Are you hearing me?
It's very garbled.
Yeah, it is very garbled. On their seat, can you hear us okay, Chuck?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay, Tori, can you take a look and see if that's,
No, because we're hearing everyone else just fine.
yeah.
And so Chuck, is there anything in front of your microphone at all?
There's not.
No. Do you want to just try muting yourself and unmuting yourself once? The classic, turn it off, turn it back on.
Is this any more clear?
Oh, that's better. Doesn't that sound better?
It did for a second there, but maybe
Okay.
if he turns off his camera.
Oh,
That's it.
nothing's coming through, Chuck.
Gone.
Try leaving the meeting and coming back.
Okay,
Really.
Bad connection.
Yeah.
okay. Well, why don't we just move along, unless you've got a very specific question. This is very preliminary for us. We're introducing, these ideas, that are legal options for watershed districts. And, it's a good one. It's going to take a lot of, time, to decide if we want to move in this direction. And then all of the pieces that would have to be put together to accomplish something like this. There are a number of watersheds nearby us right now that have used this method. I would think that would be something we would want to certainly do in the beginning, is have someone who's done several of these and bring them to one of our meetings and have them present how they use this mechanism. That would be helpful. The other one that I don't know if I brought it up at I think I did at the last meeting. And that is asking for a special tax that would go on just whatever's happening in our boundary, our 49 square miles. And then it's usually a fraction of a percent. So it might be, 0.25, or it might be 0.5, something like that. It's not gonna be, a whole number or going up that way. And that's another way that is available to us. We'd have to work with our cities and counties on that. Have you had experience with that? I know your firm has with the other district concept.
We have had I have had experience with doing AIS treatments
Okay.
using this mechanism.
Okay,
I will just say that those are some of the most contentious public hearings I've ever attended.
well, of course,
So it's kind of a heated
yeah,
topic.
yeah. Well, that's how we get our money through the legacy amendment, is that way. And so, so it's been done, at the state level as well as the local level. So, that's, another avenue for us, to keep the levy, more, smooth, of course, year to year. So we have to start looking at some of these alternatives. So be thinking about this, board, and obviously you can Google it, you can look it up and do some of your own research. And then we're just gonna keep moving this along as opportunities that might be available for us. And there might be more coming up, but these are the two that I'm familiar with and know that others have tried it. So that was the purpose today, was just introduce, talk a little bit more about the district concept and how it's layered and complex. The other one is maybe more contentious, but it's fairly easy to do once you get the approvals. So, and you know what you're getting at, but we would have to work with the counties, to get some idea of the tax basis in our entire district, and, start with just that sort of bare information. So again, it's not something that can happen overnight, but something we should be always looking at. All right.
President
next is-
Anderson?
Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So the question that comes to mind as I looked at this document was that each year it states under number 6 that the board certifies its levy to the county auditor. It would also certify WMD charges. So it's really hard to know until we've had a look at the lake to see what type of invasive species we're dealing with any given year. And so my question then becomes, do you just kind of plan that you're going to be treating AIS and you're going to just bill the local entities and notify them ahead of time even though you don't know for sure if that treatment will be necessary. So I guess that's my question.
I don't know.
And it doesn't have to be answered now, but I mean, it's something for us to consider and think about. How do we actually do this?
Yeah, well, Emily can start having a list that comes up so that we can coalesce all of the questions or comments that board members have as we go through this process. So that's a good idea, and yeah. I know there were some samples in Chuck's letter that I think, or memo, that I thought were really good ideas that other folks have done, and so you get some, you know, idea of other districts and what kind of projects or programs they use the money for. So I don't think there's a limit on that. I think it has to be designated, though, what you're using the money for. Okay, next, report of staff, administrator report.
Madam President and managers, as we mentioned earlier, Administrator Kinney is not able to attend tonight. However, there, in your board packets, there is a administrator's report submitted for your review. If there are any items for discussion, we can certainly, staff and I that are in attendance, answer to them, or we take those back to Administrator Kinney if they're at his level of detailed response.
Is there anything that Mike in particular wanted to highlight for the board?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
President Anderson?
Yes, go ahead.
I noticed that the district was awarded a $99,000 grant from the Board of Water and Soil for project modeling and floodplain resilience action planning. And my question related to that was, would this be then to expand the plan to all areas of the watershed district?
Manager Baki or President Anderson, I can answer that question if you'd like.
Yes, go ahead.
Manager Baki, so the way that we wrote the proposal, it was to further the project designs within the Sunrise River watershed area. So that existing planning area of like the city of Forest Lake and city of Wyoming, to take the planning one step further and do the modeling and concept designs for specific practices. But I will say, we had tried to hedge our bets a little bit and we applied for 2 grants for the same thing. We're still waiting to hear back on this other grant program through the Pollution Control Agency. And I will just say informally, something that I'm kind of hoping in the back of my mind is if we get that second grant, we see if we could maybe amend one of the 2 grants that we have and expand it and do some more modeling in other parts of the district. Because there were other high and medium risk areas outside of that highest risk area in the city of Forest Lake.
Thank you. That's
I think he might have frozen.
Yeah. Was this, did we know about this coming in?
Yep, this board approved this grant application back in November. So it's been a few months to get it processed, and we're working with EOR on like a scope of work and planning to bring that hopefully to one of the March board meetings. So the work won't proceed until we get that scope of work approved, but we're getting all the grant administration done in the meantime.
Okay, good for us.
It appears that the office lost
Chuck.
internet. I get, yeah, both Dave, Baki, and the office, I think, dropped connection somehow. I'll be right back.
I'm safe in Hibbing.
Are you folks hearing me clearly?
Yes.
Yes. Before it was rough, but yes, much better right now.
Okay, my microphone tested out fine, so it seems like it's something at the district's end.
Well, I think we have some connectivity issues going on tonight, some
Yeah,
bandwidth
right.
restrictions.
While we have a break, Emily, what's our deadline on that report that you sent that we need to fill out?
March 3rd.
Oh, okay. Was it on there? I didn't get a chance to look at it. I just knew that it looked like it was actionable.
Where did that come from, that survey? Emily?
Yeah, that comes from the state, also the Board of Water and Soil Resources, who's kind of our granting source for a lot of things, but they kind of have this oversight program, or the Performance Review and Assistance Program, or PRAP. And it's just a routine. They do this every 10 years. The last one was in 2015. And so this is just a part of the process.
Hmm. Yeah, it seemed a little bit amateurish the way it was put together.
Oh, the survey?
Each screen had a done button as opposed to a next, things like that.
Oh,
Just little things that prevent problems later on.
mhm.
I used to do a lot of these. I used to do a lot of these surveys, so I'm kind of aware of that sort of thing. You got to make sure it's dummy proof.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good feedback, and the program coordinator is open to that kind of feedback. I even had another person email me today saying, I don't see my organization on screen one. Well, you got to know that on screen one, you say our organization, not yours. So I think they're trying to streamline it by having one spot, but then
Yeah,
it just creates confusion.
yeah, it was a little clunky,
Yeah.
but it's done.
And
You can
speaking of
handle it. You
clunky,
can handle it, Jim.
I just
the
got a
internet.
notice
Oh,
that my internet is out at my house.
Okay.
So I wonder if something weird is going on in the
they
area.
said that the internet is down. They're trying to connect through a hotspot.
Sure.
Brad was able to send me a message. So,
Okay.
It was nice to read through Mike's report because boy, there's a lot of stuff in there that it's good to keep that fresh in front of us because there's so much stuff happens that when we come in every 2 weeks and read the materials, there's things we just kind of lose track of. So I appreciate this.
oh, good. Yeah, it is whenever I see kind of all the other edits that staff have put in, I'm always like, oh yeah, forgot about that going on. And
Yeah.
we're all trying to add all these different things.
None of you has gotten a message from headquarters?
Brad told me that the internet is down, but they're trying to connect through a hotspot. So like a cell phone hotspot. And I don't know if that's also affected by whatever is creating the internet shortage. Internet down.
Well, we need one more board member to finish up the meeting, don't we? So Jim and I can't just pull it off.
Yeah.
Well, I was feeling good that it wasn't me here and a quorum on the other side, because then I'd have no idea what you guys were up to.
We won't do an end run on you, Jim, like Chuck.
I saw they joined for a split second, but then dropped off. It's sort of unprecedented. We haven't had this before. Is there oh, here they are. I'm trying to join.
I think they just ordered in pie and left us out of the whole thing.
Pie. Not even virtual pie for you, Doug.
I'll make my own.
Because you lost your virtual mittens.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if that's a common enough meme Do you know about the kittens who lost their mittens and didn't get any pie?
Yeah.
That one's new to me. I'll have to look that one up.
I have a granddaughter who just turned 1, so we're starting to read all those books again.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear.
Oh, then Anne muted. We heard you for a second, Anne, but now you're muted. I'll ask her to unmute.
Can you hear us?
We can.
Yes.
You need to turn up your volume now. Yeah. Okay. All right, can you hear us?
Very
Yes.
clearly.
Okay.
Okay, here, where's
Sorry, the internet, the Wi-Fi went out on at the HDMI cord.
It's like the office.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh wait, the internet's back up, so we'll try to.
Hasn't happened in a long time.
It seems Manager Baki lost connection as well, so.
Weird.
It's just a Zoom thing. There was here nationwide.
Who's the service provider here?
Midco.
Midco.
I'm on a hotspot on my phone, but I think the internet's back up here. Maybe.
Oh, no, it's shut off again. I keep this out again.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have Midco at your house?
Yes.
Yeah, Midco's out at my house too.
It freezes on certain channels, and then you get those little spinning balls.
Not very often.
Yeah. It happens daily.
I'm on Midco here and I got good
Yeah.
reception.
Can you connect to the owl?
NBC.
I don't have a big
Oh,
HDMI.
Could be them.
I have. Bought something just for this occasion.
Backup.
All right, I'll let you drive. Whoops, can we plug this into, we can also plug your computer back in when you unplug that. Oh, there's another one over there. And
Anne is muted and there doesn't appear to be any audio coming through your computer, Tori. Oh, I hear you now.
okay, we're on the owl, we're on Anne's computer.
Okay.
It's coming through your computer.
I'm so sorry. Do you have an HDMI cord on there?
no.
We're having a cabinet meeting.
Top drawer stuff.
It's funny that they could still hear themselves.
So maybe we just set, you can also turn off your background now, so like blur my background.
Done.
Click that here.
You know, on their part.
And put my background again. Okay, and then are you okay if we just prop your computer up over there for the rest of the meeting?
Whatever you need.
Yes, just so we can all kind of like see, oh, because it can't, because we don't have an HDMI to put it up there.
And that adapter is not working.
No, I don't know, maybe if we, maybe you can charge it, that's the services gonna stretch out longer.
Yeah. I recorded one.
All right, there you are. Can you still hear us?
Yes.
Okay,
Do you want me to display the PowerPoint?
yes, please.
Okay. One moment.
Is Manager Baki just unable to reconnect?
I have not heard from Manager Baki.
I will text him. Maybe all the internet providers out? Yeah, maybe.
We're in the same area and I've got really good speed here.
You got all of it.
Right. You're the only one.
Yeah, I'm 230 megawatts down and 100 or 190 up, so I'm good.
Forum? I'll text him,
Yes.
but I just wasn't sure if we should continue on.
Well, who's not here?
Dave Bach.
Okay, so Jim is still here.
Jim is still here and
Doug is still here, yeah. Yeah, we have a quorum.
Oh.
Well, can you text Doug, actually me, Dave,
Mhm.
and see if he's still working on it? Because I think we'll go forward. 'Cause
Okay.
the majority is here and we can continue. Tell me when you're all ready.
I've texted him,
Okay. Okay, so, anybody that's visible to us, right, on your computer, can hear us?
I think so.
We hear you.
Okay. Okay, good. All right, well, let's move on then. We were at the administrator report and, I think one of the board members was talking about this, grant. Emily was giving us a background on, what this grant is and the second one that you're, working on is similar. Emily, is that to make up for the part that we, the 10%, that we would have to kick in? Or can you go back to that and refresh us on what you were talking about?
Sure. We had submitted 2 applications for the same project, just one as a backup because we didn't think that the odds of getting both were very high. We have definitely been confirmed and just actually executed the grant agreement today for the Bowser Water Quality and Storage Grant. So that is a grant of $99,000 and has a 10% match. And so presently we are planning to cover the 10% match just with staff time. But if we did receive the other grant, it would not be eligible to cover the match because it is also a state grant.
Okay.
So that being said, we're due to get a federal grant about a year from now. So any work occurring in 2027, that match can be covered by the federal grant. But right now we don't have any other federal grants that could cover a state match. But the staff in-kind time will do that.
Good. So clearly, this grant, $99,000 grant is for that engineering work that must take place before a project can even, think about it. Because this is where all of the upfront science is done to pinpoint, exactly where the problem is and what we're going to do. And we've been talking about this for some time, that it hasn't been covered by the Bowser grants from the state. And is this Emily, is this a Bowser grant?
Yes.
Oh, well, gosh, it worked after 10 years. No, they're understanding the importance of that step, and that's really quite a breakthrough. Wonderful.
Is this the funding that they have historically not been willing to do and they've decided to try it once?
Yes,
Great, okay.
absolutely. So it's, hopefully that'll happen on every project from now on. Good job. I'm so happy to see that and putting, that change around. It's just been, that turnaround in their thinking, has been just so frustrating. So nice job, and you're continuing to do this kind of focus, upfront, grant, chasing, right? This won't be the only.
Yes, and I should clarify for the record that, this program, it has been offered. It's not new, and it's not paying for the type of upfront work that we've been kind of fighting for, which is the diagnostic monitoring. That's still not eligible. But this is kind of a different program for us because it's water quality and storage. In the past, we've been really focused on water quality and the diagnostic monitoring, and we're moving into this more floodplain resiliency realm. And so that's kind of the key to this grant program is having that storage element. And so doing that floodplain resilience action plan really teed us up to be able to access this grant program that has existed, but we just haven't been able to tap into it until we gathered that floodplain resilience information first.
Yeah, well, but not to say that we aren't still fighting for this phase one of any project, which is the preliminary engineering work. It's vitally important to us, and it's part of the statute that governs us. And so there was no reason to not have access to those monies in the past. So we'll still keep at that one, even if this was slightly different, but that's an opportunity that we're not going to ignore. Okay, wonderful, thank you. Next is the EOR.
Sure. Madam President and managers, we have submitted our final design for the Heath Iron Hand Sand Filter, which will be presented to you at the next board meeting. And then request to go for bids for that. And then we're currently working on finalizing the 2025 monitoring report and continuing work on the Sunrise River Headwaters project that's informed by that 2025 diagnostic monitoring that we did to bring concepts forward for possible projects in that corridor as well.
Wow, nice. Wonderful. Everything's marching along.
It is.
Wonderful. Next, Chuck, what's happening in the legal world?
Well, Madam Chair, nothing specific. Bills are starting to be introduced, which can be somewhat entertaining, but it will take a little while to see what bills have some traction and seem serious. So we'll keep monitoring.
Okay, thank you. Next is report of the treasurer. Doug, are you going to be doing this?
No, this is the first time seeing the slide.
Okay.
So, Madam President and managers, the report total income for the period was $44,546.65. Total expenses for the period were $110,138.14. And the transfer amount that would be requesting or needing would be $266,000 even.
For what, the transfer?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, all right. Someone want to make this motion? I'll move to approve the treasurer's report and to authorize the payment of bills in the amount, I can't read that from here.
$266,000.
$266,000. Oh, that's the bank transfer.
Bank transfer.
Yeah, that's the bank transfer. So
What
the
number
expenses.
expenses? $110,138.14.
Okay, to pay those expenses and to transfer the $266,000 to do so. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you.
All right, Manager Baki. Oh, wait, you dropped out, sorry. Manager Taves,
Here, aye.
Manager Shopmiller,
Aye.
President Anderson.
Aye, thank you. Motion passes. Bills can be paid. Thank you. Next, report of managers. Jim, I'll start with you. Do you have anything?
I do not. Thank you.
Thank you. Manager Taves?
Nothing new here.
I have nothing. So we can move on to summary and approval of board direction.
Madam Chair, managers, President Anderson asked that staff have EOR review the O&M program update and similar products in the future. And Manager Baki asked that staff provide some priorities for staff attendance at conferences and training, as well as recommendations for manager attendance at the same.
And to build a calendar for the year.
Yes.
Of those events.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. There's nothing else for the board to consider tonight, so a motion to adjourn is in order.
I will make the motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Manager Taves. Jim? You want the honors? He's gone. Oh,
Second.
he's still. Thank you.
Dave is back in the room.
Okay, awesome. All right, Manager Baki,
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I might have to ask again.
Manager Taves.
Aye.
Oh, Manager Baki, sorry, I misheard that. Is he there?
He's there, but he probably doesn't know the question.
Looks like
Oh,
it's muted.
motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Nay.
Just in time.
I just got here.
Timing is everything.
All right, Manager Taves,
Aye.
Manager Shopmiller,
Aye.
President Anderson.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thanks,
What did
everybody.
I miss?
You missed a long outage for everybody.
Yeah.
So